Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And I'm in the lab, but I'm about to change laboratories, ladies and gentlemen. But first, we have to talk about this inflation 9.1%, the worst in over 40 years. There's a reason, and they're ruining you and the middle class. They're ruining the upper class and the lower class because sooner or later there's only going to be two classes when it comes to economics. And we don't want that, ladies and gentlemen, but you're going to have to get your piece of the pie early. We're going to come up with solutions, but we're going to talk about why it's 9.1% and what we're going to do about it. Welcome again to the SSN Nation because nobody's coming to save you, ladies and gentlemen. Gear, check, and please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it because you're here on the SSN Nation Stop Struggling Now YouTube channel page, and I appreciate it. But please share the videos. I humbly request that. And also, please notice over here on the right hand side, there's a join button. That's so you can become a member of the channel. Those, if you're on our live streams, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, those with the icon next to their name, they're members of the channel along with these individuals here, which is awesome. So members, thank you so much for your support. Subscribers, thank you so much for your support as well. I appreciate it all because we're trying to help thousands, if not millions of other people. So please, again, share the videos. Now, let's get into it. They're ruining middle class. They're ruining us, America. It's by design. You are being blown out of the water with fake information, false information. So who are you going to be able to count on? Yourself. That's what you're going to have to do. But we can't always do it alone, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to need some help from somewhere, whether you take advantage of the existing system or you don't. But either way, the ship is sailing with or without you doing something. You cannot sit still while they are decimating the middle class. The middle class is getting screwed. So I'm going to show you exactly why. So I'm going to say this again. You guys know how we talk about this, and we're going to get into how we're going to solve the issue. So therefore, we can still make money even in a recession, even with inflation going up. Because think about this. First of all, you get paid. What do you do with your money? You decide, hey, I'm going to put it in the stock market. I'm going to buy index funds. I'm going to buy stocks. I'm going to buy crypto. I'm going to buy real estate. But remember, anything you buy, your money is going out the door. And because of inflation, you're not making any more money today that meets the inflation numbers. So just keep that in mind. Did anybody get a raise of 20% year over year? If you did, hip, hip, hooray. But if you did, please put a comment down below because I want to know what company's giving somebody 20% raises because inflation is 20%. Now, you guys know we're going to get into this 9.1% nonsense number, but that's BS, ladies and gentlemen. That's only because they're screwing the middle class. That's you, OCs, ordinary citizens. Aren't you fed up yet? Anybody that's trying to inflate the cash, that's who you should be against at this point. So what I'm trying to say is, here's an example I have on the screen. Some of you may have already read this. When you drop your money at the bank, let's just say it's $10,000. Well, wouldn't it be nice if your $10,000 that you had could buy you $100,000 worth of loans? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. They loan out. They can go and do 10 times the number as far as loans, even though they don't have the money. So in essence, what if you had $10,000 in the bank and then you went down to the car dealership and said, hey man, I got 10,000 in the bank. So I think I only want 30 grand. Can I get that car for 35 grand, 30 grand? They're going to look at you like, have you lost your mind? The same thing you should be doing right now, because you're getting wiped out because you're not taking advantage of situations when there are laws, when there's elections. You need to vote, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Because this right here is a perfect example. Blowing up the money supply means inflation is going to run hotter and higher and higher. That's not the only thing that happens. All right? Because when you give out PPP loans, when you give out stimulus money, when you give out tax cuts and tax breaks, you guys have heard me talk about this before, that increases the inflation. That also increases the asset prices. The bubble just gets bigger until it pops. You know who's going to be at high risk. Middle class, lower income. We're the ones that's going to get screwed, ladies and gentlemen. So if you can't make it to the top 10%, don't worry about it. There's only a few people that can be in the top 10% when you have over 350 million people in America. That means only 35 million can be in the top 10% economically. That means 300 million people are not. So when things cost more, guess what? You're dropping down from your high perch that you thought 70 grand was enough a year. You thought 60 grand was enough a year. Well, it's not. And so there's enough for my rant right now. But during inflation, let me get this straight. Here's the other thing that they're telling you to do. Hedge against inflation. This is from Investopedia. I'm just going to show you these top 8, and then we're going to get into some things that you should be doing to help yourself. Now, look at number 1 is gold. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. What hedge against inflation? I know there's people around. I know Yankee Stacking, my man. I love him. But the point of the matter is, all this stacking for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years, great. I just keep saying, remember when we had the Silver Stacker Challenge here on the SSN Nation channel? All I remember is it was $13.50 3 years ago for 10 ounces. I know right now it's only $19 an ounce. $19.50 an ounce in 3 years. But inflation has went up 20%, and about 10 to 15, 50%. Now, some of you will say, rationalize and go, hey, Eric, that's pretty good. $13.50 and it's $19.50. Then that's a hedge against inflation, because you just said inflation went up about 50%. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. 50% of 13.5 is around 6. So 1920 makes sense. There's one little problem. The government told you inflation over the last 3 years has only went up roughly 16%. Did anybody get a raise of 50% over the last 3 years? Okay, that's the first thing. Second thing, put it down in the comments if you got a raise of 50% or more over the last 3 years, and let me know who you work for. Now, gold. That means I locked my money up that cannot earn more than inflation, right? That's the point I'm trying to make here. My $13.50 for every coin that I bought is locked. Inflation now, I go out and cash that in, I get 19, even if I got $20, right? Guess what? I still haven't beat inflation, because I can only pay for the exact same things I paid now. And even that's probably not possible, because gas is more than double, more than 100%. Food, more than 100%. So all I'm saying is things aren't what they appear to be, and you're being deceived, ladies and gentlemen. Just keep that in mind. That's why you need to start your own business. And that's why you need to get Opus Virtual Office, that I'm going to get into now, to get your virtual office, because in today's society, you don't want people to know where you live, do you? Come on now. You don't want that, because you never know. People are crazy out here now. People believe in things that are out of thin air. Come on. Number 2, commodities. Once again, which commodities are you talking about? You're going to have to study that. And the 60-40 stock to bond, you're really going to sit there and tell me I'm going to take a bond out of 1, 2, 3, 4%, while inflation is 9? Even the government's admitting 9%, which is really 18. But they're saying 9%. If I'm not going to earn 9% on a bond, why would I put money in there? That makes 0 sense. But they're telling you to do it. Why? Because they're using your money while they're wiping our asses out. Again, I'm upset, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell in my voice today, because this is urgency. Interest rates from the Federal Reserve is going to be increased this month. So now buying a home, which is you might as well forget that right now. after they increase this next interest rate another 50 basis points or 75 basis points because of this record high of 9.1 since 1980s. And that's something to talk about because it's a lie as well. It's a record high period, ladies and gentlemen, since way back probably till 1930s. They're lying to us again so you don't feel so bad because you're like, oh, it's only 40 years. It's all time high. No, ladies and gentlemen, it's damn near 90 years because they changed the cost of goods. They changed the CPI index and the way they calculated it in around 1980 to 1982 till they finalized it. So that's why it's a bold-faced lie. S&P 500, okay, I can get into that. Because the S&P 500, if I get an index fund, at least the index fund guys, they're using my money and at least they're sitting there going, hey, man, we're going to buy the dip. We're buying up millions of dollars at these low rates that went off 80%, 60% down. Hell yeah. So that might make some sense. These REITs, give me a break with the REITs, ladies and gentlemen. Come on. Some of you are sitting here going 3 years ago, oh, I'm going to get in these REITs. You're willing to get 5%, 6%, 7%, except there's one little problem. Inflation is more than that. So you literally just gave somebody else your money. It's locked up. You can't withdraw it. And you're losing money, in fact, because if you're not making more than 15% year over year for the last 3 years, you can't even stay level. So let's call it what it is. If anybody has any suggestions or any comments about what I'm saying, please drop it down below. I have no problem with that. We'll have a little discussion in the community chat. All right, real estate income. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting down to the nitty gritty and the business at hand because this is why you guys were always told about real estate investing, getting your assets, because here's a perfect example. How many of you are doing rents and then you run around and you go, hey, that apartment that I used to rent for $1,200 4 or 5 years ago, they want $2,100. When you go out here and go, yeah, I used to rent a house for $2,500, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, around 1,800 square feet. Now they want $3,500. You don't want to be on that end of the stick. You want to actually be the real estate owner or holder so then you can stay up with inflation. In fact, you can beat inflation, which is exactly what happened with the real estate market with regards to rentals. They're not just raising their rents 20%. They didn't just raise their rents 50%. These guys have doubled their rents because they want to stay ahead of inflation. When we're renting out our vacation rentals, we were able to raise more than 50%, even 60, 70, 80% from years gone past. So that's why this right here, real estate income, is number one on my list, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why you guys 2 years ago were privy to pre-construction real estate, whether it was Mexico, whether it was Dominican Republic, whether it was Miami, whether it was Asia, it didn't matter. You needed to get your foot in the door for those prices. And even if they said, hey, just like at the Panorama over in Vista Cana, they said, hey, we got to increase 7% for the lakes. So what? 7% in the last 2 years? I'll take that because it could have been worse. It's 40% year over year in reality for 2 years. That's crazy. They didn't say we're going to raise it 40%. 7% is a bargain, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why you have to be in real estate. No matter which end of it you're going to be, whether you're going to be the owner, partial owner, but the REITs thing, forget about it. They're not talking about 15, 20%, are they? Or even 10%. Let's call it what it is. Bloomberg, aggregate bond. Okay, again, this bond stuff, ladies and gentlemen, please stop. 3%, 2.5% over 2 years. Come on, stop this nonsense. All right. That's just giving money to the government so they can keep blowing up this big ass balloon. Come on, leverage loans. Okay, look, this is collateral situations, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it can be beneficial, but the only way you're going to leverage loans in a high inflation environment is when you're buying another asset that's paying you profits. You can't take risks with leverage money. You need to make sure this place has been in business for 10 years or whatever the case may be. It's showing a track record for the last 5 years that it's making all this money in profits. So therefore, if I invest in it, I'm not going to lose. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And there is number 9. but it's not even worth mentioning. All right, I'm not even going to go there. Here's Opus Virtual Office. This is what you need right here for your business, ladies and gentlemen. You're going to have business credit building because they report to business credit for your business here. That's number one. It's a tax write-off. Number two, $99 a month. Unless you prepay a year in advance, you can get less. But $99 a month is a tax write-off. But they have a live receptionist answering your phone. You have a corporate mailing address because it's in a commercial area. It's a commercial building. And you have a corporate phone number that's with 411. You have a corporate fax number. You have call forwarding. So when they say, hello, this is Stop Struggling Now LLC. How can I help you? Hold on, I'm transferring you. Whatever the transfer number you send to them, that's where they're going to transfer it. You can answer the phone. You can be anywhere on the planet, ladies and gentlemen. All right, voicemail converted to email in case you don't want to answer the phone. And fax converted to email. That's just for starters. So please use the link down below because why? A business, when you have your business, you get to stay ahead of inflation. Now, keep in mind, you need to be in a business that you can dictate the prices based on increase in inflation, increase of materials, increase. You can't be in a situation where you're only earning 10, 12, 15, 20% profits. That's it. You can't do that. It has to be higher than that. And you have to be in an industry that has high demand. Somebody's always going to be using you, whether it's a recession or whether it's not. That's where you want to be, and you want to have your profit margins over 50%. You don't want to be like everybody says, a store that says, well, I'm going to buy this for 100, but the wholesale price is 50. Hell no. You don't want that, ladies and gentlemen. So whatever business you're in, what you really want to do is you want to buy something for 25, 20 bucks and sell it for 100 bucks. That's what you really want to do. That gives you a way to stay ahead of the curve. All right? Because that means you have that 70%, 80% cushion. So if it does end up costing you more, you can ride up to the 40, 50% and you're still going to be good. And you can increase the rate another 10% so you can stay ahead of it a little ways so you have that profit margin coming in. Now, I'm going to say something else. You guys know you're privy to the SSN lifestyle. This right here, highly recommended because this is being built specifically because of this situation right here. The wiping out of the middle class. Don't let them wipe you out. The bottom line to the story is just what I just said. If I can send somebody over here to go buy a product, and that product is $34.99 because we came out with the SSN Lifestyle Body Balance Cream. This is specifically for you. You can have a free membership, or you can go all the way up from a pro to an elite to a premier, all the way up to 15 founders clubs. And there's only 11 out of 15 founders club positions left. But founders clubs, they're special. They're VIPs all the time. But you could be here sending people over to buy this product, and you could be receiving commission for life-changing product that you didn't have to build. You didn't have to manufacture. All you had to do was wake up and post some links and tell people about it, make some videos, whatever you want to do. And now you have commission coming in. And not only that, we have 4 5-star vacation rental locations that you can go to if you were a member. So this is what I'm talking about. You can control what's going on because you can sit here and say, hey, I see this product right here. It's $1,500 for a week over in Hawaii. And then you go look it up and you're like, well, wait a minute. You're like, even though that's a great deal, people are paying $29.99. People are paying double for this. So in essence, you could already do your own business using somebody else's stuff, using leverage, ladies and gentlemen, because now you can go around and say, hey, I'm going to give somebody the deal of a lifetime here. How about $23.99 for the week? And then you have it purchased already. See, this is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving you options that you're going to have. Not to mention, you want to earn 0 to 5% every week on your money, on your crypto, whatever you want to use, because you can use crypto to get into the passive income opportunity offer. That is happening. Go under the shop menu. Down below will be the SSN Lifestyle link. And this is exactly why the middle class will not get wiped out, because I'm specifically building this for you guys. This helps everybody. And there's so much more that's coming. You are able to get into a business opportunity because of it. How many other people are going to sit there and say, okay, I'm going to be able to make an investment of anywhere from $100, $200 up to $3,000. And now I'm going to get passive income coming in through the door. That's where you want to be, ladies and gentlemen, and not just 5% on your money when you're doing the business deals a month or a year. We're trying to get you up to 5% every week return on your investment. That's at least, if that's possible, that would be 20% per month. If it's not possible, 0% per month, but then maybe next month you get 3% or 4%. All I'm saying is you have a way to stay ahead of the curve, because payout is every week for the passive income opportunity that specifically was made for SSN Nation. In fact, why don't I just go to the screen right now and show this? Because this is exactly what I set up for you guys here in the SSN Nation. You're the only ones that know about it. Tomorrow, the video is going to be going out to the SSN Lifestyle members and everybody else on the SSN Lifestyle channel, and they're going to know about this 5100 business opportunity. You can use your credit cards, your debit cards, and pay for it PayPal. If you have crypto, you could even use crypto because you're going to send USDT. So we even accept that. So if you said, hey, I want to put in $200 of USDT, we got you the USDT. Send to the deposit code when you get to the checkout. Whatever you want to invest. But remember, you get the money back in 6 months. Then you can your investment comes back in 6 months. Whatever you put in comes back in 6 months. But during that 6 months, 0 to 5% weekly payout. Whatever you want to do. If you want it sent to PayPal, fine. If you want it sent to your USD deposit account, fine. Either way, it goes down, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited about that. And I'm going to show this product once again, SSN Lifestyle Body Balance. And all those who are joining SSN Lifestyle, here's tickets on sale for next year's April 12th through the 16th Punta Cana Conference and Party. The SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Conference and Party, the business party and event for the year. That's going to be awesome. Early bird tickets now, $109.99. Downtown Punta Cana is where some of the events going to be held. You know we're going to be going to the Pearl Beach Club. I'm just giving you guys some stuff that nobody else knows about. Now, let's talk about this inflation and the wipeout, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this again. You have to start your own business is number one. Number two, you have to get into a business that you can always increase the prices regardless of inflation, where people are going to buy. So inflation is 9.1%, but is it really? You go shopping, you know it's not. All right? If you know that the cost of goods index stopped in 1980 and they started calling it the cost of CPI index, they changed it for a reason. That way they can hide the inflation, because then you, as a person that works at a job, if you knew that inflation is 10%, wouldn't you be going down to the HR, talking to your boss and being like, hey man, inflation was 10% last year. And in fact, inflation was 10% the previous year. Why am I getting paid the same amount of money? The cost of living has increased dramatically. 20% over the last 2 years. Yeah, okay, I get $25 an hour, but I should be getting 30. And just like if you knew it was 20%, you'd be like, hold on a second. Where's my $35, $36 an hour? And they're going to look at you like, have you lost your mind? You're going to look at them like, have you lost your mind? I'm getting wiped out around here. And that's why you always have to have your own business, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's got to be that way. You're going to have to take risk. And that's unfortunate, because there's a lot of people taking high risk, because let's face it, we're all taking risk, because you can't leave your money in a bank earning 1% or less. So therefore, you're going to the crypto market saying, hey, somebody tells me I'm going to earn 100,000% in a year. You're saying, well, what's the worst case scenario? If they earn 100% in a year, we'll take that. But if it's better than, if they get more than that, we're still good. But then they crash and burn. Taking money off the table, taking your hard-earned money, my hard-earned money off the table. We can't do anything with it. So all I'm saying is, there's all kind of risks you're going to take. People are going to be out here right now looking for something to invest in, these courses, and paying all this stuff, $5,000, $3,000, $10,000, $15,000, and then it's going to be one of those situations. It's hard to duplicate a business, ladies and gentlemen. Even if I write it down and tell you how I did it, there are nuances. We can't all do the same thing. So anyhow, record high, 9.1%. Biggest yearly increase since 1981. Imagine that. Yeah, when they changed it, so they reduced it just so they wouldn't tell you that should be really 18%. 19%, 20% is what it really should be. Come on now, stop playing with ourselves. Look at this right here. I'm going to give you a historical inflation rates on comparison. Look at this. Let's go back to they won't even show the 1970s. There's a reason. Look at this. Okay, over here on the right hand side, 14% in 1980, 13% in 1981, 10% in 1982. Notice these numbers. These are not adjusted based on the CPI index because they changed the CPI index. And then notice how for the last 20 years in the late 80s, all of a sudden, 90s come along and it starts dropping. What's this 3%? What's this 2.83%? What's this 4%? And then we had a bump at 8.95 in 2008. Imagine that. And we all know it was worse than 9% in 2008, don't we? And then all of a sudden they got nerve to talk about in 2009 it's only 2.94. And the rest is history for the last 10, 12 years. All under 5% and in some cases under 3%, some cases under 2% inflation while they're printing money like out the wazoo. All right? Yeah, I'm a little bent about this. This is why I started SSN Lifestyle, because of this, ladies and gentlemen. It's come around slowly, but please sign up as a member over there. Let's get this ball rolling and helping millions of other people and doing it a different way, unlike any other type of membership program. All right, there's more coming along the way with that. This is just the tip of the iceberg, what's happening right now. What is the cost of living increase? What states have the lowest cost of living increase? That's real fine and dandy, but it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, look, Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis is showing this crazy nonsense right here. Look at this. 2019, they're saying is 68,703. They'll say they can't fool you guys because right now you know that inflation, let's just say this year was, let's say they're right, 2021 to 2022, 9.1%. You know what roughly 10% of 68,000 is, right? Pretty much. $6,800? Okay, so in the last 4 years, has anybody who's been getting paid around 60 some $1,000? Has their paycheck went up $7,000? You're now getting paid in the 70s? Put a comment down below if your business gave you a 10% raise over the last 4 years. Not 1 year, 4 years. All right? Let's get real about this. We all know the real median household income is not $68,000. Even from 2018, it's not. We know the average income in America is $44,000. Now remember, they use this median for a reason. Reason why is when I take 350 million people and divide that by all the wages, I'm going to come out with 44,000 or 320 people, whatever their number is. But if I change up and I said, hey, I'm going to do the median household income, and notice the median household income, not individual people, right? So if I change up and say, oh, there's only 180 million people working, and we're going to take the 90 millionth person, and what do they make? And then they come back and say, oh, well, the 90 millionth person only makes $33,000 per year. But wait, there's 2 people in a household that has to work, wiping out the middle class. So therefore, we're going to use median household income. So now 2 people together make $66,000. Which one's better for you, ladies and gentlemen, in your mind? When you see this, you're like, wait, I don't make $68,000. I make like 45. I make 50. Well, who are these people? I don't know anybody at my job other than my bosses maybe, but where's all these people at? Exactly, ladies and gentlemen. Just think about it, all right? This is why you have to think about everything. It's a global world, ladies and gentlemen. In the U.S. and around the world, inflation is high and getting higher. You want to know why? Because you guys here in the SSN Nation know all about it. You know the European Central Bank, they did exactly worse than the United States Federal Reserve Bank. These guys went to negative interest rates for like 10, 12 years. Can you imagine what corporations were able to do when they're able to borrow money from a bank that's allowed to loan 10 to 1 on their reserves? And they just say, hey, go buy and give us back our money. And then they inflate the asset prices. Then they go and borrow against those assets to leverage and buy some more stuff and increase the prices. So now people, the OCs, the middle class who used to live in downtown London, they can't live there no more. All the homes are multiple millions of dollars. It used to be a family place. No families live there anymore. Corporations own those buildings that sit half empty almost all year. It's happening in all other countries in the European Union and European nation. Same thing in Turkey. Same thing in South America, Brazil, Venezuela. It doesn't matter where you're roaming to. Look at what's on the screen right here. Lowest to highest and lowest across. The darker it is, the higher the inflation rate. And the fact that you have brown, dark brown, and light brown, don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. These are inflation rates that the governments are trying to lie to you about and are lying to you about. So therefore, look at the browns. That's like 5, 6, 7%. Just call it double. All right? So just keep that in mind. Another reason why you have to start your own business. The other reason why you might want to join an organization so you're going to earn more than 10 to 15%. Just like why you want to go and get dividend stocks right now while stocks are down. So you can get AGNC at 12.7, 13%. PSEC so you can get 10% at least on your money while it's sitting at the stock market. If that's what you're going to do. Otherwise, you can invest in the S&P 500 index fund while that's 50% down. Come on. There's different things that you can do, ladies and gentlemen, but you're going to have to do it. And unfortunately, you're going to have to make more money. So if you're not making enough at the job, then you have to be watching out for SSN Nation, because we're going to continue to bring some information to you so you can always stay ahead of the curve. And shout out to everybody that bought in Punta Cana 2 years ago, like I was saying. The last 2 years, if you got in and you got the prices, congratulations, because I got something that's coming out. Vista Cana Lake is what they're calling it. They're having an event inside Vista Cana. Ladies and gentlemen, this is major. All right? We're on the forefront. So again, get over there, SSN Lifestyle, be a Founders Club member. There's only 11 spots left. Founders Club members, this is very important. This is why it's worth the price of admission. You're going to be staying in a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom that you'll have an option to stay in every year. No additional cost other than your monthly membership fee. That's it, which is now $49.99. That's it. Every year you'll have a place to go. And it's not going to be limited to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. It's going to be other places around the world, because there's a lifestyle to lead, ladies and gentlemen. Making money, lifestyle, and having opportunity, that's what you need. And you're going to have it. You're going to be able to go to entertainment. We're talking about, VMAs, Billboard Music Awards. We're talking about maybe Super Bowl. We're talking about Super Bowl parties. We're talking about Grammys possibly. Come on. BET Award shows. You're going to be able to go to places that most people are like paying a high ticket dollar amount for. You guys are going to be able to do things that you never even dreamed of, and you're watching on TV. Come on now. Come on with me, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if anybody has any questions, please comment down below. Send me an email at support@stopstrugglingnow. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here after my long-winded rant. Inflation's not going to go away, ladies and gentlemen. They're out here right now plotting to figure out how they're going to give the top 10% even more bailout money, more loan money, while they're denying you the right to a livable wage, while they're denying you the right to a livable place, while they're denying you the right to a livable grocery bill and energy bill. You're getting wiped out, and you have nothing to do but think very hard. Where are you going to be in a year, 2 years, if things go up another 20, 30%? And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.